Mesdames et messieurs, chers invités et amis passionnés de technologie, je suis ravi de vous présenter aujourd'hui une percée passionnante dans le domaine de l'analyse de données sportives en particulier. L'application Overlyzer. Overlyzer représente un changement de paradigme, exploitant la puissance de l'intelligence artificielle pour transformer la façon dont nous analysons et tirons des informations à partir d'ensembles de données complexes. Dans cette vidéoconférence, nous explorerons les capacités, les fonctionnalités et les applications potentielles d'Overlyzer, et discuterons de la manière dont il peut révolutionner les processus de prise de décision dans divers secteurs. Les paris sur le score exact comptent parmi les paris sur le football les plus populaires et constituent l'une des formes les plus simples de parier sur le football. Avec le pari 1 multiplié par 2, également connu sous le nom de pari à 3. C'est l'un des paris les plus fréquemment joués dans le football. Pour gagner ce pari, vous devez pronostiquer le résultat exact à la fin du match. Cependant, il existe déjà des variantes de ce type de pari, de sorte que vous pouvez également placer un pari sur le résultat exact de la première mi-temps, par exemple. Nos tendances en direct vous indiqueront dans quel match le prochain but est le plus susceptible d'être marqué. Dans quel match la pression est-elle la plus élevée? Quelle équipe pousse pour le prochain but? Optez pour votre avantage de pari ultime. Retrouvez l'intégralité de l'application en suivant le lien dans la description de la vidéo. Alors, dans la description de la vidéo. Alors, pour ce faire, l'exposé se présentera en 5 parties. Partie 1. Comprendre le besoin d'une analyse avancée des données. Dans le monde actuel axé sur les données, les organisations sont confrontées à d'immenses défis lorsqu'il s'agit d'extraire des informations précieuses à partir d'ensembles de données vastes et diversifiées. Les méthodes d'analyse traditionnelles sont souvent insuffisantes, ce qui entraîne des processus chronophages, des erreurs humaines et des opportunités manquées. C'est là qu'Overlyzer intervient. Partie 2. Présentation de l'Overlyzer. Overlyzer est une application innovante qui exploite des algorithmes d'intelligence artificielle de pointe pour automatiser et améliorer l'analyse des données. Ces fonctionnalités avancées permettent aux utilisateurs d'obtenir des informations plus approfondies, de découvrir des modèles, et de prendre des décisions basées sur les données avec une plus grande efficacité. Partie 3. Caractéristiques et fonctionnalités clés. Traitement intelligent des données. Overlyzer utilise des techniques d'apprentissage automatique de pointe pour traiter des ensembles de données complexes, réduisant ainsi les efforts manuels et accélérant l'analyse. Il peut gérer des données structurées, non structurées et semi-structurées, en extrayant efficacement les informations pertinentes. 2. Visualisation des données. Overlyzer présente les données dans des formats visuellement attrayants et interactifs, ce qui permet aux utilisateurs d'interpréter et de comprendre plus facilement des modèles et des tendances complexes. Il prend en charge des visualisations personnalisables, telles que des graphiques, des diagrammes et des cartes thermiques, permettant aux utilisateurs d'adapter leur analyse à leurs besoins spécifiques. 3. Traitement du langage naturel, NLP. Overlyzer intègre des algorithmes NLP pour permettre aux utilisateurs d'interroger et d'explorer des données à l'aide de commandes en langage naturel. Cette interface intuitive permet aux utilisateurs d'interagir avec l'application en utilisant le langage courant, éliminant ainsi le besoin de compétences techniques spécialisées. 4. Analyse prédictive. En intégrant des techniques de modélisation prédictive, Overlyzer peut prévoir les tendances futures, identifier les risques potentiels et fournir des recommandations exploitables. Cette capacité prédictive.
Hello everyone, this is Danny from Overlyzer, and it's been some time since our last video, but we got a couple of questions from our community on Twitter, on Facebook, to make more videos with some teachings about on how to win using Overlyzer, and I think today is a quite good day to have a look on a couple of games. Right now, as you can see here, there are 39 games online, mostly cup games in this week. So it's Wednesday in the afternoon, and there are cup games in many countries. And yeah, they're already, some of them are already quite interesting. We just scroll through it in a quick way here, and yeah, as you can see, there are many games already in the second half. It's halftime here at a couple of games, and also in the first half there are already some games down here from South Africa, for example, or this one in Croatia. And yeah, we can stay here at this game in the Croatian Cup between Rudar Labin against Istra 1961. And yeah, this is obviously a good example on how you can pick your games. In this case, we have pregame odds of 22 on a home win, 770 on a draw, and 111 on a away win of the clear favorite Istra. And as you can see in our graph, Istra scored a quite good time. You can see it here on the ticker. It's in the 6th minute. They scored the 1-0, the opener. And since then they are the clearly better team, and Rudar Labin is inactive, not coming out so much. As you can see here, they started 11 attacks, but that's quite little in comparison to the 37 attacks by Istra. And Istra already had 4 shots on target, 3 off target, 4 corner kicks, and also 66% possession, which is also very high. And they're 1-0 up front, and as it is a cup game, of course, Rudar Labin has to do more. And yeah, in this case you can do many things. For example, you can go on handicap win on Istra, for example, handicap minus 2.5, so that they will win with 3 goals in difference. You can also go for an over, or especially a team over. We can go for maybe over 2.5 team goals, or over 3 team goals Asian, where you get the cash back at exactly 3 team goals, or the and win it from 4 team goals on. Or also you can go for an over 1.5, maybe for the whole game, or also team goals for Istra in first half, because you can see that they are really good here in the first half, and it's quite possible that they will score another one in the first half. Not only because they are so offensive and attacking, and you can see it right here with those little icons that pop up. More and more attacks, you get this notification here if anything goes up in the stats. There are these little icons. And you can see here also as they have a little dump on over the last minutes, but now it goes up again. So it's yeah, quite probable that Istra will score a second goal in first half, and that is also an opportunity for you. Yeah, but if you want it more on the long term, over the whole game, you can go for an over or an handicap win of Istra over the whole 90 minutes. Sure, Ruda Labin has to do more here because it's a cup game. They need to come out of their half a bit, and this will also create spaces for Istra. So this is one of our picks, and we guess that yeah, they will score some more. We will click the little favorite icon here so we don't lose the game after we analyzed some more, and now we go up again and have some quick looks. What else is up for today? Here we got Slovenian Cup, Radomlje against Celje. The odds were quite even pre-game, but still Celje was slightly favorized, and Radomlje, they got the red card after approximately 10 minutes, and from this moment on Celje was the clear better team, as you can see here. And yeah. Oh, here alert tells us that Rudar Labin just made the equalizer out of nowhere. So it's 1-1 here. But no problem about it. If you made the normal over in this case in the first half, you already won. If you got for over 1.5 for both teams. Of course not for team goals, but still got 13 minutes to go. And on the other hand, this is not so bad for us if we went for Istra goals, for many Istra goals, because now they just conceded out of a situation where it was just not predictable. It was the first shot on goal in the whole game for Rudar. That's why also the graph goes up now. But as Istra was so much better over the whole first half, we were quite sure that they will come back. Maybe also coming back in anger after this strange goal that wasn't really predictable. Yeah, and also here we get that Celje game we already mentioned. Looks good that Celje will win this game, and the live winning odds are not so bad. It's 157 right here. They had 4 shots on target, no shot on target by Radomlje, who is 1 man down since the 10th minute. And also off target, there is more activity from Celje, also in corner kicks, also in possession, which is clear because they are 1 man up. But as Radomlje already got their red card, their expulsion after 10 minutes, we can expect here that also a physical problem will appear at some place, at some time in the game. And now the second half is starting. Here we can go for a away win of Celje, and we also put this in our favorites. Okay, let's go on. Here we also got something interesting. It's Napoli under 19s against Cosenza under 19s. This is also a cup game, Primavera Cup. Napoli was favorized in advance, and now they are 1-0 down. They were not so dominant in the first half overall, but also Cosenza scored in a phase where the graph was dropping, and overall Napoli was the better team. And as it is a cup game, they have to improve their attacking efforts and increase them. So in this case, as the live odds for Napoli are 360 at the moment, we could go for a double chance here, for example, that Napoli at least doesn't lose after 90 minutes. Not sure what's the odds for that, but I guess we get something like 150, 160, which is also a really good occasion. So yeah, we can also keep this game in mind. And we go on and have a look on other games. This is also something interesting. Croatian Cup, Bielobrudo against Dinamo Zagreb, who are Croatian champion. And yeah, that was quite surprising that it's 2-2 after the first half, but the pressure of Dynamo was increasing over the whole first half, and now the second half just started. We're minute 49, and we can see here as it starts, Dynamo already increasing pressure, and they are up in all statistics, and it goes up and up. And also this live odds are not so bad. Maybe it's a good accumulator material. So 133 for Dinamo Zagreb win in cup against Bielobrodo. That's not so bad. If you wanted the riskier way, you can also go for a handicap win of Dinamo Zagreb. We also click on the favorite icon to keep this game. Here we get the Central League in England, Reserves League, Huddersfield Town against Walsall. Clear thing here. Clearly better Huddersfield. They made 3 goals in a time frame of only 5 minutes, but as you can see in the second half, they're also going up, increasing pressure again. I have nothing to lose anymore. 3-0. Everything should be clear here. 5-0 shots on target, 6-0 shots off target, 15-0 corner kicks. Yeah, they're clearly better. Maybe one or the other goal must be possible here. Maybe over 4.5. As you can also see here in the total game pressure, it's 45% on average. And when you have a look on our YouTube video about how this value works, the total game pressure, where we have 2 metrics. We have one over the whole game, and we have this one over the last 10 minutes. And 45% over the whole game on average is a quite high value. So this is a very offensive game. Yeah, we think like 4 or 5 goals by Huddersfield Town. Reserves are possible here. We also save this game. Okay, what else do we have? We got Trencin here. Alright, this is exactly what I wanted to say right now. They just scored the 1-0. Well, clearly better over the whole game. Clear favorites before the game, but failed to score until now, but now they scored. These are also quite nice games if you're searching for higher odds. If a clear favorite just failed to score over a whole game of dominance like Trencin here in the Slovakian Cup, you obviously got some good winning odds here 10 minutes before the final whistle, but yeah, we're too late here, and now we yeah, the 1.06 is not for us, so let's go on. Here's a similar example. Also Slovakian Cup, Šažova against Rovinka. It's 3-2, and also here Rovinka was clear favorite before the game with 122, and they just scored the 3-2 after they had some problems in first half, obviously, but in the second half they were always the better team, so the graph of the away team never dropped under the graph of the home team, who's we guess quite defensive, as you can see here. Surely they went with a 3-1 into half time, and now they try to defend it, but then here they conceded after 74 minutes. And as you can see, also the difference in pressure here between the two teams is still very high. So it's quite possible that Rovinka will score an equalizer. We can go here for many things. For example, double chance X or 2. Also, though it is dropping now, but we're sure that it will go up again because they have to make some pressure now. We can also go for a simple over. You can play over 5.5 here. You can go for over 2.5 team goals. Yeah, so it's quite possible that another goal will be scored here, and we also save the game to our favorites. And as we see, Trencin, we just had it at 0-2 already. So this would have been a good pick if we were just on time for that, but it doesn't matter. We have so many opportunities over a whole match day that are similar to this. Yeah, and here also, there's also similar situation. Čukarički in Serbian Cup, normally they should score because they're also better over broad phases of the game. But it's already quite late, it's 86th minute, so yeah, maybe this is too risky. And you see also here the live draws, live odds for a draw already on 433. Yeah, this is for the risky guys, if you like. Slovan Bratislava 5-0 in the Slovakian Cup against Slavia Košice. If you wanted risky, you can go for a 6th goal of them because they were clearly better over the whole game. And this would bring some good odds, I guess. Maybe something like between 2 and 4 already, because just 3 more minutes to go. And they had 11 shots on target and 9 shots off target, so they shot 20 times in the direction of the goal. They have 71% possession. There's a possibility, of course, but not so much time left. And in these cases, you always have to remember that sometimes when a game is clear like this, there is also not so much injury time. Sometimes the referee just blows the whistle after 90 minutes because the game is decided anyway. So this can also happen if you place a bet right now and you have like 2 minutes left and you think about, okay, maybe there will be 3 or 4 minutes of additional time, and then the ref blows his whistle directly after 90 minutes. We also experienced such situations a couple of times in the past. It's quite annoying, but this is still something you have to keep in mind, and that you can somehow calculate in your picks. That not in every game the referee gives it 4 more minutes or so in such a game, in such a situation. Yeah, but we also saved this to our favorites for the last 1 or 2 minutes, as we say that here a 6th goal is also possible. And these are the games in the ending stages. Yeah, nothing more here, everything quite balanced, no clear pressure situations. Well, so these are the games for now. We just go down again. Oh, Trencin already scored the 3rd goal, so this was quite fast. 5 minutes, 3 goals. Yeah, as we said, would have been a nice pick. And then we have a look what's up down there, if there is something new. But you see the trends that we just mentioned. Huddersfield still better than Walsall, who is doing nothing. Then we have Dinamo Zagreb, who are still increasing pressure against Bielobrudo. Yeah, they just don't want any shame here in Croatian Cup, so of course they increase pressure. They are attacking more. Napoli, as we mentioned, already clearly better than Cosenza, and also here it's quite possible that they will score. And that our pick of a double chance 1x will come, and also Celje, who start in the second half better than Radomje, who is 1 man down. So yeah, regarding the trends, we're all in a quite good position with our picks. This is a bit strange here, our first pick with Rudalabin against Istra, but now there is halftime, and we can be quite sure also regarding the pre-game odds and how big favorites they were, that the coach will tell them 1 or 2 things. That after this big time of dominance, that they were not scoring a second one and then conceding, it's still possible that Istra will come out of the dressing room in another way. Here we got something else. Slovakia Cup, Ružomberok against Lipany, 120 pre-game, so Ružomberok clear favorites. Already started shooting a bit, not on target until now, but with 76% possession and 3-1 shots on target. Also 2 corner kicks already to 1. So this would be a possibility for over 0.5 team goals for Ružomberok in first half. So Ružomberok scores in first half. We'll also save this one. This will be a good tip, good pick, I guess. Yeah, what else? Yeah, we got Dynamo Kiev here, but they already scored. As you can see, the trend situation was clearly better than Mariupol. Also here, not so much in like Dynamo Kiev, who are clearly better, but here Benfica under 19s also started clearly better than União de Leiria under 19s. And here we also got the pre-game 1-0-2. So there could be some more goals. Here in the alerts, we see that Huddersfield just scored. If you click on that goal alert, it jumps directly to the game, makes it easier to find. So yeah, here's 4-0 already. So our pick of like 5 goals Huddersfield should also be possible. And here we are back down, and yeah, so it's 42 games already. And now we scroll back up and click the favorites icon in the filter box right here. So it only shows us the favorites we just set. Overall, in our case, these are 7 games out of 42. Is that Rovinka game that's already over, almost over, 90th minutes. Huddersfield, who just scored. Then we got Dinamo, we got Napoli, we got Celje. Then the game in halftime, Ruda Labin against Istra, and Ružomberok, where we say that Ružomberok will score in the first half. Yeah, these are the games that we chose as favorites. And yeah, always when you click on favorites here, you can also put the favorites away and have a look on all the other games in the meantime. And if you click again on favorites, you see the games again. So of course we're not expecting to win every of those picks, but yeah, soccer betting is about that. Obviously you will never win every pick. So for example, that risky one that Rovinka will score again, doesn't look so good. Yeah, it's over now, as you can see here, full time. Yeah, didn't work out, but regarding the graph, we had to try this because it was clear that in a cup game especially, they had to be more offensive, more attacking. So this would have been a good pick, but unfortunately they failed to score. But yeah, sometimes you have those games with some higher odds, some riskier picks. You have to just try them out and always check your bankroll management. This is really big subject on how to bet on soccer, on football games in a successful way. Maybe we'll make an extra video someday where we explain bankroll management in detail, but this is really important on how you use your money, how you decide to on how much you will bet on a single game, for example. Yeah, so this is a very important subject, and if anybody tells us, we always hear that like we are not winning in sports betting, we don't win on a daily basis, we don't win on the long term. It's not so much about your picks, it's much more about bankroll management and how you organize your money that you're playing with. Yeah, we'll make another tutorial about that over the next weeks or month, and let you know, of course. Follow us on Twitter, then you'll never miss a video of us. Yeah, as the one game we mentioned is already over, we have 6 games now that are still in our favorites. Yeah, and from here we just can wait, as we already picked some games and yeah, now we can like observe them, how they are running. In our opinion, in 5 of 6 remaining cases, we are quite good regarding the trends. We knew that they will be still the better team in the second half. We knew that Dinamo Zagreb will increase their pressure. We knew that Napoli will increase it. Celje is clearly better now, with 1 man up. This is a bit of a strange game, of course. Also, these are possible, and yeah, you never know. But we'll have a look in the second half how it's going. And then you have Ružomberok. Trends are dropping here a bit, but they're still better than Lipani, and you'll see it also in the stats. They got 75% possession, and as you see the graph of the away team, it's quite probable that they are just defending and try to keep them away from their goal. But normally with 75% possession, in most cases, sometimes the pressure is too high and they will score. And we said they will in first half already. Yeah. So for now we pause this video and observe all those games, and when goals are scored we come back and analyze it again. See you in a second. So back again after our first break here, and Dinamo Zagreb just scored the 3rd goal. So they're up now 3-2. In the end, immediately before they scored, they had live winning odds of 150 already, and now it's 103. Clearly, because Bielobrodo, they have to come back now, and this will be a very, very tough thing for them. Not easy, but yeah, as we said, this would have been nice accumulator material also if you go with higher stakes on that 133 winning odds live on Dinamo Zagreb when we mentioned it. Yeah, that's also a thing that we have to mention is we talked about accumulator material. So if you want to increase your odds by combine 2 or 3 bets, sometimes of course this is a good possibility, and it will bring some money and win you some bets. But in the end, if you want to bet in a sustainable way, it's always better to use single games to find single picks and not combine them in accumulator bets. Yeah, if you accumulate too much, it's very, very difficult and also unlikely that you will win on the long term. But yeah, of course, in some cases you can try it out. But go for the single picks. Make sure that you are happy with the odds. Also, you have to think for yourself if the what kind of odds you're searching for. If you search for higher, for lower, for something like an average range, that you search, for example, for odds between 160 and 2, something like this, and then you have to like weigh up all your yeah, how much risk you will take, you want to take, and then you choose your picks. So Dinamo scored the 3-2, and we have a quick look here. It's quite even here already, but yeah, still not over. Quarter hour left for Ružomberok. Celje clearly better, Napoli still better, Dinamo better and scored, Huddersfield better. Yeah, we'll take a break again and check back in a couple of minutes. So we're back just 2 minutes later. Huddersfield scored the 5-0. So this pick is through. Huddersfield made 2 more in the second half, as it was quite obvious. If you look on the graph, this is really big dominance, and now they scored their 5th, and we went for the over 4.5 team goals. So this is done already. And yeah, another thing that we can say here is that as we have only 38 live games now, this is not so much. We can keep them all. We can keep an eye on all of them, but also using our favorites feature. because yeah, 38. This is not too much. You can have always a quick look here, and also when new games are coming. In the beginning, it's always difficult to see trends, but if you wait for like 10 minutes, you can see sort of a direction. If there is, for example, weekends with 200, 300 live games at the same time, it's always better to use filters. We also get tutorial videos here on our YouTube channel with filters and how to use them. Here are all your options on the left hand side, and in our mobile version or in the app you find this in the little filter icons. You will find them, they're quite prominent placed, and yeah, in this case you can set filters, for example, that you only want to see games with a certain difference in pressure, for example, and you can save them, of course, as a registered user, as a subscriber, and you will find them again here in My Filters. In this case, for example, the difference of 30% in pressure is this one, 30% Druckunterschied, which is German. I just named this that way myself. Then you got also 6 out of 37 games where the difference in pressure is at least 30%. This is the setting. You get here the difference in pressure of minimum of 30%, and you can also set the maximum, of course, and you can do this with all the other stuff in the statistics. And if you click here, you can also pick some other things like only team pressure of any team, of the home team, of the away team, the difference, and also the pressure of both, but we took the pressure difference of at least 30% here, and there we got 7 out of, now it's 12 already, 12 out of 37 games. Changes very often, of course, because also the differences in pressure are changing very often, and there you get all the games where, yeah, the pressure situation is quite clear. Also here, for example, Kiev already scored the second one. Benfica, as we mentioned, also better still, but also some others. And here's one of those games that just started, Sloga at Seljesnica in Bosnian Cup. Here was an early goal, early opener for Sloga, and that's the reason why we get this pressure situation here. But yeah, this is how you use filters, and you know, we got another video for that. Of course, you can just browse our YouTube channel and find it. And now we go back to our favorites. And as this is already through, we can uncheck it here, so it gets out of our favorites. And now we only got 5 favorites left, and still pressure situations are clear. Also, Ružomberok is getting better. Yeah, it's time for a little break. We come back in a couple of minutes. And we are back, and we're entering the final stages of most of the games. Still 3-2 for Dinamo Zagreb in 88th minute. That's a quite offensive, intense game here with 62% live game pressure in the last 10 minutes. Here's the 90th minute. Napoli failed to score until now. Celje also decreasing pressure, but yeah, still possible, still better than Radomje, who is 1 man down. At Ružomberok there is halftime already. Unfortunately, they failed to score in the first half. We will put this out of our favorites now. And yeah, here's the big strange game. Rudar Labin against Istra is 2-1 for Rudar Labin, who were 22 winning odds underdogs. Yeah, lucky you if you played the simple over, I guess. We told you in the beginning that regular over pick is quite cool here, maybe over 3.5 or so. This is yeah, very probable, as Istra need to increase their efforts and need to score. There's also a cup game, very important for them to score. yeah, but it's a bit strange that they were those who scored the 2 goals. We thought that Istra would score more, but maybe they will start. Yeah, this is also a good example why sometimes it's better to play the regular over instead of team goals over, because, you know, anything can happen. So yeah, this is also a good opportunity to take the lower odds but be safer. So we're here in the closing stages of the games. For example, here in Napoli against Cosenza, if you click on ticker, you can always have a look, and you'll find this here. Added time here is 5 minutes. So if you use our tool Overlyzer exclusively while betting, you can always have a quick look on the ticker to see how much additional time will be played. In this case, it's 3 minutes. Yeah, so this is over in like 2 minutes, and we have some more time in this case. Celje's 89th minute. Here's also clear that added time will be 3 minutes. So not so much time here, but Celje will try to score before final whistle, so they don't need to go into an extra time. Trends are still quite clear as we analyzed them in the beginning of second half in these games. Dinamo already scored, and we expected goals from Napoli and from Celje, but yeah, it's not so much time left, but still we got chances to win here. And in this case we got this over thing that we told you about. Okay, this is over, full time. We won this one. Dinamo wins at Bielo-Brdo. When a game is over, it disappears by itself. No need to click the favorite icon, so in a couple of seconds it's gone. Yep, here we go. So we got only 4 games left now. Napoli, Celje in the closing stages. No, it's 3 games, of course. The 4th game, Dinamo, just disappeared. Yeah, so let's see how the last minutes will be played in these games, if anything happens. If anything happens, you always see it in the little alert box in the bottom left corner on your desktop version. You can also set up your alerts by yourself in your user menu. You find it up here, and there you can choose when and in which cases you want to be alerted by our tool. It can be goals, it can be red cards, it also can be clear pressure situations of 75% or more for one team. Yeah, a little feature that we will be implementing in the near future is also acoustic alerts, so you also hear it when something happens. And of course you can choose the alerts only for the games inside your filter or inside your favorites, so you don't get bothered by any games that don't really interest you. So yeah, this is also a very useful feature. Alright, and we are here already done with these 2 games. Unfortunately in this case, because regarding the pressure situation, our picks we made in the beginning of second half, there should have been goals by Napoli and by Celje. But yeah, important thing also in this video is that this was just a random pick on a random Wednesday afternoon with very few live games overall. Right now there are only 25 more. And of course it was just like picking as much as possible. But normally, of course, you would take your time and check every possibility. Napoli is over. Unfortunately, they lost this despite being clearly better in second half, but the pick was still good, the double chance 1x, because this is a clear pressure situation, and normally, by normal means, they should have scored. So yeah, they didn't, but this is something you have to deal with at times. And also this one is over, unfortunately. It's an overtime already. So, but also this pick was one to take, because they had that red card, the home team Radomia, after only 11 minutes. So normally this should have been a clear thing for Celje. But yeah, sometimes that's the case. At least we won the Huddersfield game, we won the Zagreb game. And of course it's always a bit of luck in it. In some cases, for example, that Napoli game or the Celje game. You always have to deal with losses, of course. And the most important thing that we already mentioned in this video is the bankroll management. Always take care of your bankroll management. As we said, we will make a little tutorial video about that in the near future. But if you want some basic information on how bankroll management works and can help you to bet more successfully, you can have a look here in our main menu on the sports betting tab. Here you'll find many good tips and infos. And for example, if you go to sports betting tips, you get some information about the best sites, where to bet. You get a sports betting overview, you got some expert tips. And for example, here you'll find the bankroll management part, where we explain it very in quite good detail on how large your bankroll should be, what's a unit, what's our recommendation on how to use these units, and how much stake to put in single bets. Yeah, and how we measure profit with this approach. So it's definitely good to read through this, but not only through this, but also through our betting strategies, where you get some really interesting things like a Fibonacci betting system, the Kelly formula, Dutching, early cash outs, live bets on over 1.5 goals. There's so many betting strategies, and if you really want it, if you really want to be a professional tipster and win big time in a sustainable way, you should know everything about this. So take your time and read through it. It's very thrilling and interesting read for those who are into these subjects. Yeah, so this is already in overtime. Oh, and here we got another goal. Istra scores the 2-2. So if you went for the over 3.5 for the whole game, you just won. If you went for an over 2.5, over 3.5 on Istra, yeah, you're still in it, and they are increasing pressure big time, so this could be also a successful pick. But as we said, this is just a random selection right now. We now uncheck favorites and have a last look on what's going on. Overall now it's 23 live games at the moment on this Wednesday afternoon. Cape Town All-Stars, South Africa, they're better. Yeah, possible home win, but quite risky. We got that Istra game we already followed. Rushambarok, we also had that. The live winning odds for them are 140 now. That would be also a quite good pick, as they are better than Lipani, obviously. Kiev, we also had this. Maybe they should score one or two more, because yeah, we like these kind of games where one of the teams is just inactive. As you can see here, this is the highest. This is the top of the home line, of the home trend line. This is not even 20% or so, and Kiev is opposing so much pressure, so it's 2-0. Maybe this should be 3 or 4 for Dynamo Kiev. Also here, Benfica should score 2 or 3 in this game against Leiria. What else do we have? Yeah, Seljesnica is increasing pressure now, while Sloga drops after a very good start. It's all quite even, quite balanced, extremely balanced here in Mauritania. Yeah, and these are the games that just started, so there's no big sample overall. And especially if they're so balanced like here, or when the pressure is changing from minute to minute, like in this game in Iran, where Persepolis started to oppose a bit of pressure and then fell down, and Nasachi then also opposed a bit of pressure. These are games that are really hard to bet on. These are classical no bets for us. Possibly something like an under, because you see here the total game pressure over the whole game on average is just 12%. This is a low value. To get more about this topic about the total game pressure in our Overlyzer stats, just click the video in our YouTube channel. We have some good explanations here, and you will understand this quite easily, so don't worry, and don't forget to check everything on our YouTube channel and also read our content here in the sports betting tab. This will definitely help you out and make you a better tipster overall. Okay, so yeah, we'll not wait for the last 20 minutes of that game. As we said, were random picks. Maybe you could recommend us, recommend our YouTube channel, especially because when we reach a certain amount of followers, we can also do live streams, and then we can do something like this live, and you can like bet together with us. Would be cool. And also recommend, of course, our Twitter channel, where we always post some picks. And yeah, on the whole, since we make the Twitter channel, we are quite good up front with the money, so it's always cool to check our picks there. They're not on a regular basis, but sometimes maybe once a week, sometimes also twice or three times a day. Yeah, it's just depending on how many games we find that are really interesting and worth sharing. So that's it in this long video about on how to read graphs in Overlyzer, and you can subscribe however you like in our mobile version, in our desktop version, and also in our apps, Android and iOS. They are ready in the stores already, so yeah, hope to see you again here on YouTube, and good luck for your picks on the upcoming week. See you again. This is Danny from Overlyzer. It's Friday in the afternoon, 5 p.m. We got only 17 live games, but we will have a look if we find some games as good examples, how I can show you to bet more successfully with Overlyzer in in-play betting. So first of all, we got a club friendly here, Swiss club Aarau against French club Strasbourg. 33 minutes played, it's 0-1 after Strasbourg scored in the end of the first half, and now in the second half they start to put really much pressure on it. And yeah, as you can see, the difference between home team and away team is really high, and so we go for next goal Strasbourg. So we're sure that they will score the 0-2, and we set the little icon for favorite here. You can make this yellow by a click on the little star, so you can save this game as a favorite. Alright, then we go on looking. Here we got Kasanka against Dorje Prudi in the Russian league. Kasanka was the underdog by odds before the game with 326, and it was a quite balanced game in the beginning. But then Kasanka was clearly better and the away team clearly inactive, and also the second half started in that way. So in this case we go for over 1.5 team goals on the home team, on Kasanka, who are also now favored by live odds, and we click the little favorite icon here. And then let's go on searching. These are very early games, but we can take this one as well. Euro under 21s. It's a qualification game between Russia and Estonia's under 21 teams. And Russia is favorite by far, like 1.03 winning odds pre-game, and they're already 1-0 up front. And so we say, as in the first 11 minutes, they already had 2 shots on target, 2 shots off targets, 2 corner kicks, and you see the lines here. We say that the Russia under 21s will score at least 3 goals in the first half. So we go for home team over 2.5 team goals in first half and set the little icon here. And here we got a friendly, an international friendly between Tunisia and Sudan. And here is a similar situation, but Tunisia didn't score till now. It's the 8th minute now, but you see that the game goes in a quite clear direction for Tunisia, who are also favorites by pre-game odds. And we say that Tunisia will score in the first half. So Tunisia to score in the first half. So, and now we click the 4th icon here, and then we scroll back up, click on favorites, and here we got the 4 games we just picked out of 16 to have them here on our screen quicker, and we have a look later if our picks were successful or not, and make a little cut here. And we're back after the first cut of this video. Russia just scored the 2-0 after 12 minutes, so we just need 1 more goal in the first half, of course. But yeah, just wanted to show you that, and we get out again and come back later. So we are back, and we have a new result. Tunisia just scored the 1-0 against Sudan after 16 minutes. So this pick is through. We can uncheck the favorite star here because Tunisia scored, as we said, in the first half. And if you click this here, it's gray again, and then it fades. Yeah, and now we got 3 more games. Second goal by Strasbourg, a goal by Kasanka, and 1 more goal by the Russia under 21s. As you can see, they are far, far better. It's very difficult to be even more dominant than they are in this game, so we hope that they will score, and also the other 2. Yeah, we check back later. And we're back again, and Russia scored the 3-0. Yeah, it just lasted, I don't know, 1 minute after we were here. Yeah, here is our good pick in this first half of Russia against Estonia under 21s, and I guess you can also go for even a 4th goal in the first half, but our pick here is through, and so we uncheck the favorite button and have only 2 left. We check back later. And we're back again with the 2-1 for Kasanka. Dolje Prudi got a bit better, but overall they're not making a really good game, and Kasanka was not that dominant like they were in the second half of the first half, but now they just scored 2-1. So yeah, this is also through, and just 1 game left. Aarau against Strasbourg. We said next goal Strasbourg. Yeah, and this will be a very tight thing because they started good in the second half but went weaker and weaker, and now the line dropped almost to 0. 72 minutes played, but we still hope for a lucky punch. But yeah, this will be a tough thing. We check back in a couple of minutes. And now we are happy to say thank you, Strasbourg. 2-0. Next goal, Strasbourg, is also through, and so all our 4 picks are through. Yeah, that's really cool. Now we can uncheck the favorites right here and also here in the filter. I think when we started we had like 16 live games. We picked 4 out of them and decided what to bet. And yeah, I can tell you it was just a one take, this video, because yeah, there weren't so many games, and we just decided, okay, let's take 4, and the 4 picks are through. Epic win, and yeah, now you can imagine what happens if you have like 200, 250 live games here on weekends, for example. And here's the next funny thing, the 4th goal of Russia that we mentioned before after we won our first half bet of over 2.5 for Russia on the 21s. Yeah, so everything is through. And of course, you can be your own tipster with this tool and find so many games, especially on weekends, but also on the week. And as you just saw, also if there are only 16 or 17 games live, you will find good picks. And yeah, get familiar with the graphs, use our filters, and you'll find great in-play betting opportunities. And in the end, we have a little wish for you. Please subscribe our YouTube channel, because as soon as we reach 1000 subscribers, we can also make live videos and you can bet with us live. So please subscribe, and I hope that we could show you some nice examples how to interpret our graphs, and yeah, hopefully you will begin winning with Overlyzer as well. This was Danny. See you next time.
Peut prévoir les tendances futures. Identifier les risques potentiels et fournir des recommandations exploitables. Cette capacité prédictive permet aux entreprises de prendre des décisions proactives et de garder une longueur d'avance sur la concurrence. 5. Collaboration en temps réel. Overlyzer favorise le travail d'équipe en permettant une collaboration en temps réel entre les utilisateurs. Plusieurs parties prenantes peuvent travailler ensemble, partager des informations et contribuer simultanément à l'analyse, facilitant ainsi des processus de prise de décision rationalisés. Partie 4. Applications potentielles. Business Intelligence. Overlyzer permet aux entreprises d'extraire des informations précieuses, des données de vente, des commentaires des clients, des tendances du marché, etc. Il permet aux organisations d'optimiser les stratégies marketing, d'identifier de nouvelles sources de revenus et d'améliorer l'efficacité opérationnelle. 2. Santé et sciences de la vie. Overlyzer peut aider à la recherche médicale. En analysant de grandes quantités de données sur les patients, les essais cliniques et la génomique. Il peut aider à identifier les corrélations, à prédire les modèles de maladies et à soutenir les approches de médecine personnalisée. 3. Analyse financière. Overlyzer aide les institutions financières à analyser les données du marché, à identifier les opportunités d'investissement et à atténuer les risques. Il peut fournir une surveillance de portefeuille en temps réel, une détection des fraudes et une modélisation prédictive pour les prévisions financières. 4. Sciences sociales. Overlyzer peut aider les spécialistes des sciences sociales à étudier le comportement humain, l'analyse des sentiments et les tendances démographiques. Il permet aux chercheurs d'explorer des tendances dans les données à grande échelle des médias sociaux, les résultats d'enquêtes et l'opinion publique. Partie 5. Développement futur et considérations éthiques. Au fur et à mesure qu'Overlyzer continue d'évoluer, nous pouvons anticiper des fonctionnalités encore plus avancées, une précision améliorée et des applications étendues. Cependant, il est crucial d'aborder les implications éthiques de l'analyse des données basées sur l'IA, tels que les problèmes de confidentialité, l'atténuation des biais et la transparence de la prise de décision. Pour finir, l'application Overlyzer est sur le point de révolutionner l'analyse des données, permettant aux individus et aux organisations de libérer tout le potentiel de leurs données. Avec ses capacités d'IA avancées, son interface intuitive et ses fonctionnalités puissantes, Overlyzer favorisera la prise de décision basée sur les données dans tous les secteurs. favorisant l'innovation, l'efficacité et la croissance. Ensemble, adoptons cette technologie transformatrice et façonnons un avenir où l'analyse des données est non seulement accessible, mais aussi un catalyseur de changement positif. Merci d'avoir suivi la vidéo jusqu'à la fin. Et on se retrouve pour la suite du programme.
This is Danny from Overlyzer again, and as we had a couple of questions in the last days, I will shortly explain how you can bet successfully with Overlyzer. At the moment, it's Wednesday in the afternoon. We got 54 live games, and we'll just have a quick look on some of those games now, so you can better imagine how you can be more successful in live betting using Overlyzer. So let's scroll a bit to find a good game to bet. First of all, a little explanation. You have a blue line and a red line. This is the heart piece of Overlyzer. The blue line stands for the pressure the home team is opposing, as you can see, as the name of the home team is also written in blue. And the red line stands for the pressure of the away team. So as you can see in this game, for example, the home game started in a very offensive, very attacking way and scored. They did 1-0. And then they got weaker and weaker while the away team went better. And as you can see here, they just built up a good pressure after approximately 30 minutes and scored. So in this case, as the blue line went down and the red line went up, it would have been a good opportunity to place a bet on next goal away team right before that goal. And as you can see here, the away team, after they scored the equalizer, got weaker, and in the end of the first half, the home team became more dominant and also scored the 2-1, and that's the current score. So we go on scrolling a bit to find a good example. In this case, we already have a 2-0 for the home team, and it was a quite equal game until now, because after the 2-0, the away team just went weaker and the home team is opposing quite good pressure, not too much, but this is a possibility for next goal home. In this case, the away team is very inactive over the whole game, but also the home team is not that dominant, but still better than the away team, so maybe you could place a bet on over 4.5 on the home team here. As you can see, it's really beautiful to have so many games live at the moment. It's 58 games, so you got some great opportunities to place bets here. Wow, this is a very offensive game. Like, as you can see here in the total game pressure, it's 48% average pressure on the whole game, and live, which stands for the pressure both teams are opposing within the last 10 minutes, is like 100%. But the goal's already scored, so maybe the over bet, like in this case now, over 4.5 for the whole game is quite probable, but as one goal was scored right here, maybe you could wait for like 5 more minutes and see. So we had to make a little cut here, but now we're back. Now it's 66 games online and currently live, and we just found another good example. This is the Swedish Cup forward against Acropolis, and as you can see here in the first half, the away team opposed so much pressure on the home team. They were clearly better, as you can also see in the stats. For example, 6-1 shots on target, 7-2 shots off target, 6 corner kicks for away team and none for the home team. And there you get it. Second half just started, also with clearly better pressure by away team, 52% to 0%, as you can see here in the graphs, and now Acropolis scored the 1-0. And this, for example, would be a game where you could place a bet on over 1.5 or even over 2.5 team goals on away, as the difference between the pressure of both teams is absolutely astonishing. Acropolis should win this clearly. Let's go on here. This, for example, is also a game with a big difference in pressure. As you can see, the away team, the graph of the away team never rose above the graph of the home team, and also now in the beginning of second half they are better, while away team is clearly inactive for the first 5 minutes of the second half. So home team is clearly better here, and as you can see here, this would be a nice value bet. It's 1.83 live on a home win. You could try this one, and down here you see the alerts, and if you collapse this, you see that second goal just scored by Acropolis. So the recommendation from 30 seconds ago was clearly good, so maybe they will score even more then. Okay, we go on scrolling. This is also a good example for more goals for away team, as the home team is completely inactive here, and away team also played a good game in the first half, and now they start really offensive in the second half. So away team over 3.5 team goals in this case. Similar thing here, but the home team is now playing better, and away team not so much right now. Maybe let's wait for 5 more minutes and then have another look. Maybe also more goals on the away team are probable here. Also this one, Bosnian Cup, pregame odds, as you can see, 1.29 for away win. They were better in the first half, and they started really good in the second half, scored immediately after beginning of the second half, and now they oppose even more pressure. So in this case we could also go for example, next goal away team. Next goal away team is also a good probability here for also in the Bosnian Cup, Igman Konjic. Were also favorites by odds pregame, and they are now back after they conceded a goal in the 41st minute, but now they start playing really good. Oh, as you can see here in the alerts, Acropolis just scored the third within only 3 minutes, so yeah, this would have been a really good pick, and we already saw that before in the graphs. Here's another one, clearly better game by the away team. They scored 3 times in the first half. They were absolutely clear favorites by odds pre-game, and now it's quite clear that they will win this game. Question is only how high, and as they had such a good pressure situation in the first half and also go on playing good in the second half here, we could try out maybe over 4.5 or even over 5.5 team goals on the away team, as the home team is also really inactive, ineffective, as you can also see here in the stats, like 26% possession. Yeah, this is also an example in this case for the home team, Warskla against Lviv in Ukrainian Cup, favorite by odds, the home team. Odds were rising a bit, so maybe the 1.45 on a home win is also a quite good pick for those who want it more risky. Over 1.5 team goals for home team is quite probable here. As you can see, the away team is inactive at all. A strange situation here, because home team is clearly better. Ferencváros women in the Women Premier League of Hungary, but they just got a red card, As you can see in the ticker, it's after 31 minutes. Normally they should win it anyway, as the away team seems to be a weak team. You see the pre-game odds of 17.70 on the away game. But Ferencváros is now one woman down. So maybe this is also a possibility to play on this three-way bet. Alright, and these games, they just started, so not so much to see. But here's maybe a thing for a very early bet. Vicenza against Pro Patria in Coppa Italia. And clearly the home team opposes a lot of pressure here. So this is maybe a good game to place a bet on Vicenza to score in first half. These are bets where you get quite good odds, and yeah, check the odds. One of our partners, register with one of our partners, and yeah, do your own research about the value of the bet. Now we scroll back up on top. Yeah, we have 65 games, and if you want to see only the games that fit into your betting manners, you should use our filters. In my filters, you have your own saved filters. These are mine, for example. It's always about pressure, like Druck is pressure in German. You can set your filters here. For example, difference in pressure, the total pressure of home or away, pressure of both, of course. We will pick difference in pressure and say we just want those games where the current difference in pressure is at least 30%. So let's click here, and then we get 20 games filtered out of 63, and we only get the games where difference in pressure is currently very high, namely at least 30%. So in this case, you find all the games that have clear pressure situations for one team. Here are our friends from Sweden again. It's like, yeah, it looks like Acropolis will score even more, maybe 5, maybe 6 goals. So yeah, an team goals over for the away team is clearly a good thing to bet here, as yeah, forward doesn't really know what happens to them at the moment. Yeah, so this is a quick explanation how to use Overlyzer, how to read our graphs, blue and red graph. I also mentioned the total game pressure and mentioned the stats in some points of this video, and also of course the filters. You can always like delete the filters again. Now we see 65 games again, and yeah, just register and try out the filters. You can filter almost everything which is important inside a game, also the odds, pre-game and live. You can also combine filters, and in the end you can save them right here and find them in my filters later on and use them over and over again if you log in again. So yeah, this is the best way to do it. I hope I could explain to you how to use Overlyzer, and I wish you all the best with your bets. See you later.